Alright, what's going on, guys? Boy TG, welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm going to do a NHL mock draft for, of course, this year's draft. That's right. We got the Stanley Cup playoffs still going on, though, and the NHL draft will be somewhere in June. We're not sure of the date yet, but it's going to be somewhere in June. And what better way to get ready for it than to sim or make our own mock draft? So as you guys know, the top player of the 2024 NHL draft is Macklin Celebrini. All eyes will be on him at the NHL draft. He'll most likely go to the San Jose Sharks, but if the draft lottery is quote unquote rigged, as some of you were saying last year when my Chicago Blackhawks drafted Connor Bedard, then the Blackhawks will probably get Macklin Celebrini in. I wish they would, because that'll be a boost to our team. But anyway, we are going to sim the draft lottery here and see who will get the first overall pick. And it's the San Jose Sharks who will be drafting first, so no surprise there. So they're going to take Macklin Celebrini right off the bat. And Macklin Celebrini, he also plays at Boston University. He is center, and he has 64 points in 38 games played this season. He did get into the Frozen Four with the Boston University Terriers. I think they call it Terriers because there's also another Boston College hockey team called the Eagles, so sometimes I get those mixed up. But he did make it to the Frozen Four with the Terriers. They came up all too short to I think they were playing Denver. Like I said, there were two Boston College hockey teams in the Frozen Four this year, and I kind of got them, mixed up. But anyway, I think he was playing against Denver, and they came up too short right there. He's most likely to be drafted number 1 overall in the 2024 NHL draft, and he could be going to the San Jose Sharks. And he is a playmaker. And according to this quote from Dober Prospects, I will put the link in the description so you guys can check out the website. He's an exceptional rush offensive creator with a solid base of pro-ready tools. He's defensively sound, creative, and agile with a knack of winning board battles, projects at the top line, and he's a do-it-all center at the NHL level. So that was a quote from Dobber Prospects right there. So as you guys can already tell, this kid is going to be the next big thing. And the Sharks, they're going to get Macklin Celebrini come NHL draft. The Sharks also recently fired their head coach, David Quinn. I don't know who's going to be the new head coach of the Sharks, but that's to be determined. So kind of like the Blackhawks, the Sharks are also rebuilding, except the Blackhawks are better than the Sharks. But the Sharks, Blackhawks, they're kind of in a rebuilding phase. So it's no surprise that the Sharks, they did terrible. They needed a star player, and they're going to get it at the NHL draft with Macklin Celebrini. All right, so the Flyers, they'll be drafting 2nd overall. And I don't know. I feel like Cole Eisenman, even though he's not really in the top 10, according to some websites that I see have him ranked as number 12 or so, but he should be in the top 10 or at least in the top 5. But the Flyers are probably going to get defenseman Artem Leshinov. Hopefully I pronounced that first and last name correctly, but he plays at Michigan State University. He's a defenseman. He has 35 points in 38 games played this season at Michigan State. He's ranked 2nd overall in the NHL draft, so he could most likely be the 2nd overall pick by the Philadelphia Flyers. He's 6'2", 209 pounds, so not exactly, big type of guy. But according to Dobber Prospects, he is a dominant defenseman. He's a two-way defender. He's a right-handed shot, by the way. And Leshinov is one of the premier two-way defenders in the 2024 NHL draft class. And he has strong tools on both sides of the puck. And that is a quote from Dobber Prospects. So, yeah, he could most likely be drafted 2nd overall, and I feel like this is something that the Flyers need. Kind of like an okay two-way defender. I know the Flyers also got Carter Gauthier, in that Ducks trade. So the Flyers are, still trying to add pieces to their team as well. They almost made it to the playoffs this year, but they came up too short as the Capitals grabbed that second wild card spot. So Artem Leshinov, he's going to be a Philadelphia Flyer, possibly. NHL player comparisons, Dustin Byfuglien, even though that he's retired. Now, really don't want to say Dustin Byfuglien, but I feel like he kind of compares to him since Dustin Byfuglien was sort of a two-way defender. I don't know. He used to play four in the NHL at one time, but he was mainly a defenseman. Victor Hedman can also be another possible comparison, or Roman Josi of the Nashville Predators. One of those three, but he could certainly compare to those. Now, number 3, my Chicago Blackhawks. They'll be drafting the 3rd overall pick. Now, like I said, I know that Cole Eisman probably won't go 3rd overall, but he needs to go 3rd overall. And so I'm going to have him going 3rd overall in the 2024 NHL draft. And Cole Eisman, like I said, I saw him ranked on some websites like he was like number 12 or like somewhere not in the top 10. And I feel like he needs to be in the top 10 in the 2024 NHL draft classes. So that's why I have him going 3rd overall to my Chicago Blackhawks, because if we don't get Macklin Celebrini, he's most likely to go to San Jose Sharks. Then we should at least get Cole Eisman. He's currently playing in the World Juniors U18 tournament. He just had a hat trick in U.S.'s win. I think they were facing Slovakia. So they had to shut out in that game over Slovakia. 9-0 shutout win for Team USA. So he's currently playing in the World Juniors U18 tournament. He had a hat trick in that game. And he's also playing in the U.S. National Team Development Program. And he has 77 points in 50 games played this season with the U.S. National U18 team. So great job right there from Cole Eisman. And he has 34 points in 24 games played with the U.S. National Team Development Program Juniors and the USHL, which of course stands for United States Hockey League. So 25 goals, 9 assists, 34 points right there. And for the U18 team, he has 49 goals, 28 assists for 77 points. And according to this quote by Dobber Prospects, Eisman is an elite goal scorer. His release is as potent as his ability to find soft ice off puck, but his on puck game and defensive engagement remain raw. So you guys can kind of tell he is a goal scorer. And I watched some of his highlights too. He has a great shot in his arsenal, and he can skate kind of smoothly as well. And he's trying to chase Cole Caulfield on the all-time U.S. National Team Development Program Juniors goal record right there, as Cole Caulfield had 126 goals during that time. Now it's doing from 2017 to 2019. Cole Eisman remains right there with 121. He was 118 before he had the hat trick, so now he's at 121. And NHL player comparisons, I'd probably say Patrick Laine because of that great shot, like I just said. I don't know any other ones. I try not to compare him to like big names right there. Not saying that Patrick Laine isn't good, because he is good. But I'm just saying, like, he's not an Al Ovechkin just yet. He's not an Austin Matthews just yet. But he does have a great shot, and that's all that matters. So that's why I kind of compared him to Patrick Laine, even though that Patrick Laine is like a big kind of player. And Cole Eisman, I think he's 6 feet, and Patrick Laine's, I want to say 6'4", 6'5". I'm not sure about his height, but he is nowhere near Laine's height. That's all I know. But he could be, Cole Eisman, he can be a great player for the Chicago Blackhawks. Could be playing with Connor Bedard. And I saw that Alex Vlasic signed a 6-year deal with the Blackhawks. So the Blackhawks, they're currently they're still in the rebuilding phase, but I heard from General Manager Kyle Davidson that they want to take the next step forward. Now, obviously, as a fan, I'm not happy with the way that they played this season. And of course, they're not happy with the way that they played the season. And so they would like to take that next step forward. So hopefully by the 2024-2025 season, we could see the Blackhawks play slightly better than they did this year. And we could see them like almost. I'm not saying that they'll be a playoff team next season because obviously they still need time to become that cup contender, but they should be playing as better as they did this season. They also dealt with injury problems throughout the year, so that was kind of a big factor as to why they are what they are. Um, so I feel like that played a role, and also not enough players contributing as they should. So hopefully they get it together in the offseason. They come back, slightly strong and, better than ever than they did this year. All right, so Anaheim, and by the way, we're only doing the top 10. We're not doing like top 20 or top 30 or so. We're only doing the top 10. So I did say Macklin Celebrini was going to San Jose. Anton Leshnoff was going to Philly. Cole Eisman going to my Chicago Blackhawks. So that leaves the Anaheim Ducks getting Caden Lindstrom. So Caden Lindstrom, he plays in the WHL for the Medicine Hat Tigers. He's 6'4", 193 pounds. He has 46 points in 32 games played, so 27 goals, 19 assists for 46 points. And he has great acceleration and speed up and down the ice, and he has a great shot. So a lot that you can ask for for a draft prospect. Here's this quote from Dauber Prospects right here. So he's a massive physical forward who doesn't sacrifice skill or smarts. He's quick and daring in transition, and he's willing to disturb opponents and displays impressive character. He projects as a top 6 power forward center. So this could be something that the Ducks need. Obviously, Trevor Zegras was out for a while. Troy Terry, honestly, I don't think he was out for a while, but the Ducks, they need to become a better team as well. They did better than the Blackhawks, though. That's all I could say. But this could be like another player that the Ducks are looking for. Left-handed shot and NHL player comparisons. I don't want to say Al Ovechkin because he's a prospect. And so I would probably say somebody like Tom Wilson or Jamie Benn for Caden Lindstrom. But overall, I like the way that he plays. I watched I didn't watch a lot of his highlights, but I watched a few, and he is certainly a great player to watch, and I can't wait to see what he does in the NHL. Now, 5th overall, Columbus Blue Jackets, they're probably going to take ZF Boyum. Hopefully I pronounced that right. He plays at the University of Denver, so he's playing for the Denver Pioneers. P.S. Congrats to them on winning the college hockey men's national championship. He is a defenseman. He's a left-handed shot, and he finished the season with 50 points in 42 games, so 11 goals, 39 assists for 50 points of the season. And this quote from Dauber Prospects, ZF Boyum is a tremendous skater who uses his mobility to create consistent advantages on both sides of the puck. So he kind of reminds me of, I don't know, I want to say two-way defender, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So I said he kind of compares to Cale Makar because Cale Makar, he has that exceptional speed. He has that agility. He has the edge work, and that's what makes him a dynamic force on both offense and defense. And his ability to quickly join the rush, like up and down the ice and move the puck up up and down the ice, like I just said, generate scoring chances while his mobility and hockey IQ enables him to effectively defend against opponents. And his skating prowess allows him to generate close gaps defensively. So, yeah, that's kind of why I said that he kind of compares to Cale Makar. And also, he breaks up plays and transitions the puck out of his zone. So, yeah, just a few reasons why I said that he kind of, compares to Cale Makar. All right, so Montreal, they're taking that sixth overall pick right there, Zane Perikev. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing these names right. But he plays for the Saginaw Spirit of the OHL. He's a defenseman position. He's a right-handed shot. He has 96 points in 66 games played, so 33 goals, 33 assists for 96 points. This quote from Dobber Prospects: Perikev's game is one of dynamism, creativity, and surgical precision in his activations from the point. He is among the most skilled blue liners that Canada has produced since Cale Makar, and that is why I compared them to Cale Makar. So yeah, so him and Katie Lindstrom are kind of like the Cale Makars right here. And obviously, I can't wait to see the Montreal Canadiens. Obviously, they're not a playoff team. They're probably not going to be a playoff team next year as well. But they'll start to develop with these young pieces because, of course, they got Uri Sarkowski, Nick Suzuki, Cole Caulfield, Kirby Doc, who was out for the remainder of the season because of an injury or surgery or so. But yeah, they're starting to have these young pieces, and bringing in somebody like Zane Perikev could probably make it a little bit, easier and kind of simple right there. All right, so the Arizona Coyotes are going to be drafting that seventh overall pick. And before I get into them, I just want to say that it's been a great time seeing them play. Well, actually, I'm not a Coyotes fan, but I will admit that it was nice, seeing them play at the desert. I think they played there in Arizona for 27 seasons before moving to Utah. And obviously, Coyotes fans don't like it. The majority of hockey fans don't like the Coyotes moving to Utah. But hey, it is what it is. You can't play at a college arena forever. And the NHL, they kind of had a hard time trying to find an arena in Arizona. And most of us knew that the Coyotes were going to be moving at some point. So this was no brainer to most of us because we saw this coming. I saw this coming. You guys probably saw this coming. So it's kind of a no surprise right here. But all in all, at least they wrapped up their final game in Arizona with a 5-2 win over the Edmonton Oilers. And that was their final game of the 2023-2024 regular season as well. Now, we could see hockey come back to Arizona. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, we saw the Jets, the Winnipeg Jets, they left to go to Arizona, which will eventually be called the Arizona Coyotes. And then they brought the Winnipeg Jets back. And I think it was the same thing with, I don't want to say the Thrashers, I don't know, but I know the Winnipeg Jets, they left for Arizona, and then the Thrashers, they left Atlanta to come back to Winnipeg, and of course it will be called the Winnipeg Jets. So yeah, we could see a possibility of the Coyotes coming back to Arizona. So we could see hockey back in the desert once again. But as of right now, the Coyotes are in Utah. And I know most of us aren't happy about that, especially if you're a Coyotes fan or not. So yeah, I just wanted to say something about that. And also let me know down in the comments, what do you guys want the new name of the Utah NHL team to be? Obviously, I would say Utah Blizzards because I think that has a nice ring to it. And then everybody can be chanting "Let's Go Blizz" for short. So I think it should be called Utah Blizzards. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Anyway, let's get back to this mock draft. So obviously, I'm just going to say the Utah team drafting Trevor Connolly. He plays for the Tri-City Storms of the United States Hockey League, so the USHL right there. He is a left winger. He is a left-handed shot. He has 78 points in 52 games played this season, so 31 goals, 47 assists for 78 points. And I saw this quote on Dobber Prospects. He is a dynamic, skillful winger with great playmaking and puck carrying abilities. He plays a very unrefined game, but has sky high upside. So that was a quote from Dobber Prospects. And like I've said before, he has great speed up and down the ice. He kind of reminds me of a playmaker and NHL comparisons. I don't want to say that like the big names like Connor McDavid or so, but Connor McDavid, I describe him as a playmaker. Nathan McKinnon, I describe him as a playmaker. Nikita Kucherov, Mitch Marner, I don't really describe him as well playmakers, but I would say either Connor McDavid or Nathan McKinnon right there for Trevor Connolly. But I don't want to throw any big names in there yet because they're just a prospect. They're just starting out, so you got to give them a little bit of time, and then you say, "Oh, okay, so he's like Connor McDavid or he's like Nathan McKinnon." So that's why I'm trying not to throw out like big names in this video just yet. Also, not gonna lie, I am kind of terrible with these mock draft videos that I do, so I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. But we are trying to see who will go which overall in the upcoming NHL draft. All right, so Ottawa, they're gonna be picking Sam Dickinson of the London Knights of the OHL. He is a defenseman. He's 6'3", 194 pounds, so he is a grinder for sure. Grinder, and he is a left-handed shot. And P.S. guys, I have notes, so just looking at my notes, you guys kind of wondering why I'm stalling a little bit. But anyway, he has a great shot. His slap shot, I really do like. So I watched a few of his highlights. He has a great slap shot overall. This quote from Dobber Prospects: Dickinson is a highly effective defender and stands out among his peers for his aggressiveness, defensive intelligence, and physicality. And he has 70 points in 68 games played, so 18 goals, 52 assists for 70 points. And I did tell you guys his slap shot was lethal, and that's why I'm comparing him to Shea Weber, even though that Shea Weber's currently not playing. I don't even know if he's retired, but he's currently not playing. And I kind of compared him to him because Shea Weber was kind of known for his slap shot, so he kind of had a hard slap shot. Seth Jones, probably another one because he was in some hardest shots in the NHL All-Star skills competitions. That's kind of why I said him as well. So another great solid comparison right there. And probably one I probably won't really say, but I'll probably say Ryan McDonough of the Nashville Predators. But mostly for me, it's either Shea Weber or Seth Jones right there. Anyway, moving on. So the Seattle Kraken, I'm kind of surprised that they missed out on the playoffs this year because I felt like they had a great season last year. They made the playoffs for the first time in their franchise history, and they actually shocked most people, beating the Avalanche in 7 games last year in the playoffs and then going all the way to the second round. They came up too short to the Dallas Stars in 7 games right there. So they had a great season. Plus, they had a great Winter Classic too this year. This year, the NHL Winter Classic, they defeated the Golden Knights. They actually shut them out in the Winter Classic 3-0. So I was actually kind of shocked to see the Kraken miss out on the playoffs. But anyway, they'll be taking that 9th overall pick right there. They'll be taking Berkeley Catton of the Spokane Chiefs of the WHL. And this kid, he has certainly made a name for himself. He put on a statement. He had 116 points in 68 games played this season for the Chiefs of the WHL. So 54 goals, 62 assists, was 116 points. So he kind of wanted to make his presence known. And I think come NHL time, he's certainly going to do just that. So Caden, this is a quote from Dauber Prospect. So Cotton or Caden, or I can't pronounce that name, but he stands out for his abundant dynamicism, skill, and creativity, but his defensive engagement will need to take a few steps before he can make the jump to pro hockey. So that was not a quote from me. That was a quote from Dauber Prospects. But NHL player comparisons. It did say he's known for his skill. It did say he's known for his creativity. So I kind of see him as sort of a playmaker, even though that he is defense. But or is he defense? No. Okay, sorry guys, I'm kind of lost. But Yeah, I don't think he's a defenseman. He's a forward. So I don't know why I was thinking defense, but he's a forward. I kind of see him as a little bit of a playmaker. So NHL comparisons, I'd probably say Sidney Crosby, Nathan McKinnon, and because he has a great shot and he's known for his puck handling skills, Patrick Kane. So right there. All right, in the Flames, they'll be taking that 10th overall pick. They'll be having another Iginla on the team as the son of Jerome Iginla, Hockey Hall of Famer, by the way. Uh, I'm just going to say TJ Iginla or Ty Iginla. I don't know how to pronounce that first name, but he plays for the Carolina Rockets of the WHL. He's a forward position. He's a left-handed shot. He has 84 points in 64 games played, so 47 goals, so almost had a 50-goal season right there. 37 assists for 84 points. And this is a quote from Dauber Prospects. Iginla is a goal scorer with very good release and good offensive instincts. So he has that great shot. I was kind of trying to think of what Dauber Prospects is. So he has a great shot overall. And NHL player comparisons: Patrick Laine, Austin Matthews, or David Pastrnak. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this video. I'm not going to go all the way down the list right here. So I just wanted to tell you guys the top 10. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Probably some of you are probably not going to like what I just said, but not going to lie, I am kind of terrible at these mock draft videos. But I did my best. I tried to give like a solid effort. But what I will do is I will do breakdown videos of people like Macklin Celebrini, Cole Eiserman, Artem Leshinov. So I will break down those prospects in my next video. So stay tuned for that. Obviously, I love breaking down these hockey videos. It's kind of like one of the main things that I'm really good at doing on this channel. Just breaking down and hockey videos and like the best plays. So those videos will come out soon. So stay tuned on the channel. And like I said, who do you think is going to go first overall? Which I know most of you are probably going to say Macklin Celebrini. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments right there. And if you enjoyed this video, as always, hit it with a like, hit it with a subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 400 subscribers on this channel, and I feel like if you guys subscribe, I'll do just that. And if you guys have any other ideas, what you want to see on the channel, drop it down in the comments, because obviously I'm trying to build up this channel. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time.